Small businesses here in the United States are now warning of mass closures. But why? What is happening at this time? Well, it's no secret, but the United States is going to go through a period of pain. And I've talked about this over the past several weeks. We are going to see the American people are going to have a very painful 2 to potentially 6 months. Some even say this should go all the way for an entire year. So the entirety of 2025 could be a painful year for millions and millions of Americans. Now today I want to explain what's going on, give you some updates, tell you what we are going to see this coming week, but what you should expect moving forward in 2025. So I'm going to break all this down in just a moment, explain what is going on and how millions of people are about to see their communities change because small businesses are going to experience layoffs and eventually closures of some kind. So I'll break all this down in just a moment, but all I ask is one thing, takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates, and now let's begin. So I wish I had some better news, but unfortunately, this is the economy that we were given. We all know that the Trump administration is going to do whatever they can to ensure that businesses are successful. However, and President Trump has said this himself, there's going to be a little bit of pain, a little bit, over the next year. But why? It's because of tariffs. Because the Trump administration has already announced possibly imposing a tariff on Canada and Mexico of 25%. He's already included a 10% additional tariff on China. That right there is hurting many businesses. But he also said that over the next week, he is going to have retaliatory tariffs, okay? Reciprocal tariffs. That's what he's calling it. And these announcements could come tomorrow or Tuesday or even Wednesday. And the reason why these are important is because we are about to see U.S. goods get hit with a tariff as they're coming into the United States. Now, here's the reason why this is such a big deal. And I want to use a friend of mine, okay? He has a shoe shop he has a shoe shop over in New York. But when I was talking to him, he was saying there's going to be some changes. And he kind of showed me what's happening. So he has I call it a shoe shop, but he technically makes custom gear for teams, like sports teams. He makes jackets and pants and shoes and hats and things like that. Anyway, but he was talking about the price increases from China, the price increases from likely Indonesia, Vietnam, where he gets a lot of his material. Now I want to read you a comment. This is not from him. This is from a shoe shop owner in California. This person wrote to me and said, "The last 2 years have been very difficult for my business. It's not like I sell a lot of custom shoes, and with the possibility of paying additional tariffs on materials, this will only push my prices up even higher. Customers are already complaining about the high cost of custom shoes, so I doubt I make it through to the end of this year." Okay. Here's why we are going to see many small businesses close. We are going to see materials that are used to make products. The material cost is going to go up. And it's going to go up because of the tariff that we're going to impose on that specific country. The Trump administration says they are going to announce reciprocal tariffs over the next few days. And this could be on every single country. Now, when President Trump was asked, who is this going to affect? He said it's going to affect everybody. It's going to impact everybody. Nobody's not going to feel the effects of this. We are going to see prices temporarily rise, but in the end, this could be very good news. Because, and think about this, by President Trump imposing a tariff on Mexico, the day the tariff was supposed to go into effect, Mexico decided that, you know what, we're going to send 10,000 military National Guard troops, Mexican National Guard troops, to the U.S. southern border. They're going to stay on the Mexico side. They will line the border, and they will ensure that we are not seeing mass immigration into the United States. Not only that, they're going to ensure that we are not seeing additional fentanyl make its way over the border. Okay, that it's killing millions of people. Now, Mexico decided to do that. Well, guess what? If other countries decide that it's more important to protect the United States and to get rid of their duty, their fee, their tariff on their end, because the United States is about to retaliate with a reciprocal tariff of our own, that's going to hurt those economies. Keep in mind, the United States is the biggest economy in the entire world. So nobody wants to go up against the United States in this potential tariff war, okay, this trade war. Nobody wants to. But I want to explain something else. Small businesses are warning of these closures because over the past 4 years, it's been painful, especially over the past just 2. After we saw the Inflation Reduction Act under the former President Joe Biden, this didn't bring down inflation. What this did is it created more inflation, prolonged inflation. But what the Trump administration is saying is that we are going to make some changes. That yes, we are going to see additional inflation, but it's going to be temporary. It's going to be a short-term, temporary inflation spike, which we could see it go up 1% to 2%, according to experts. I don't think it's going to go up that high, but we never know. But again, the reason I'm bringing this to your attention, how many small businesses are in your city, are in your area, just your community? How many business owners do you know? Small business owners. My guess is quite a few, because we have more small businesses than anything else. Small businesses are what is driving the United States. Small business is what is keeping millions and millions of people employed. So if we see small businesses are already warning of closures, just expect what's going to happen over the next 2 to 12 months. We're going to see some massive changes. Now, I'm not here to strike fear in you. I'm not here to get you to worry about where you're working or where you're purchasing goods. That's not what I'm here to tell you. I'm just here to tell you that we are going to see changes. And these changes are going to happen no matter what. And I say this because experts have been telling us for years that if we do not see changes immediately, if we don't see changes back in 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, then the next change that we see is going to impact millions. It won't be a small little subset of the U.S. economy. It's going to be the majority of the U.S. economy that will feel the pain. So, I just want to leave you with that. Understand right now that these changes are happening. We are seeing many things happen under the new administration, under billionaire Elon Musk and the Department of Government Efficiency. But where does this take us? Well, one thing I can promise you is I'm going to be here every step of the way, and I'm going to fill you in on all the latest news and updates as soon as we get it. But as of today, that is what we know. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.